Warriors! Warriors! Sadly, last night, the Warriors had a pretty bad exit to the Suns. It was not a Steph Curry miracle game. The Warriors looked really great against the Clippers and, had a great comeback. And now they played a team that, you know, was actually pretty solid throughout the whole season, and they sadly lost. And this is really, to me, signifying the end of the Steph Curry era. I mean, and it just really just puts a sad look on everybody around the league because LeBron is getting towards the end of his retirement, like he's about to retire soon. Steph Curry is on the edge of his career. He's talking about how he doesn't want to end his career like Kobe on bad teams, but his franchise is not really doing him the justice that he deserves, and he has not been above like a 7 seed for like the last since the 2022 championship, and it's really seeming like Steph Curry is just gonna go out kind of like whatever, no punching chance, nothing really like that. He's just gonna go out, and it's just gonna be we're just gonna have to not see Steph Curry. There's a real possibility that Steph Curry ends his career in the last season of his career. He's not even in the playoffs, and just is such a disappointing thing to think of. And you really have to look at the Warriors franchise and be like, and look at it and see that they failed him. This is one of the best point guard of all time. Like Magic Johnson, yeah, maybe. But Steph Curry, the best point guard that most of the people that are like, in the basketball realm, right? Most of the people that are watching this video, all of you probably have never seen Magic Johnson. The best point guard you've ever seen has probably been Steph Curry. And to see him go out and the Warriors franchise isn't even trying like this, they had years and years and years to repair and retool after Kevin Durant's departure. Even after Klay Thompson left, they had plenty of chances to retool and repair. And the best they could do was get an old Jimmy Butler, who, it's not his fault he got injured. And Jimmy Butler's still a fantastic player, but that's not really putting the Warriors over the edge. They really need a all-star player in the regular season and the postseason. Because sure, Jimmy can turn it up in the postseason. I'm not sure if he could do that anymore coming off this injury, just aging progression. But Jimmy Butler, we need you. One thing that people don't really realize, no matter how good of a team you are, seeding is very important. If you are a 7 seed and your team is super talented, sure you can go on a run, but you don't have home court advantage at all. You don't have like you don't have home court advantage in any series. If you win, you're going to have to go to the finals and not have home court advantage. You're going to have to go to the Western Conference Finals and not have home court advantage. Second round, first round, no home court advantage. So it's like that stuff does matter in a playoff series because home like being some we need to realize these people are human too. It's so deflating to hear boos or not be cheered on in a stadium. It's like it's going to be difficult for you to really keep moving and have your best foot forward. And we need Steph Curry really needs someone like that in the regular season because he still has the best gravity in basketball. Like him, Kevin Durant, and like Shea were like top three in gravitational ratings this season. Like he molds the defense so well just by running around. He can get so many people open and get himself open, and he has still the best shot in the NBA. Some people are saying Con Knippel. We saw those last two playing games. He was a great shooter, but he is not Steph Curry. No one is still at Steph Curry's level when it comes to shooting. And I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, the rookie Con Knippel is the best shooter in the NBA right now. He definitely has the potential to be, but not over Steph Curry. So just looking at this whole role that the Warriors have been on is they have missed the playoffs or either been in the play-in for like the last couple of years, and the situation is not getting better because they're bringing in really good talent, but they're all old and injury prone. Kristaps Porzingis is a fantastic center to pair alongside Steph Curry. He can space the floor. He can defend very well. He can do okay on the rebounding. He gets a little less than he should as how big he is, but he's a great rim protector and a great offensive player alongside Steph Curry that he's never really played alongside with. But that's not going to be very helpful if you don't have him on the floor. Kristaps Porzingis has been chronically ill for like the last 3 years. Even in the Celtics championship, it felt like he was like such an X factor for them, and he didn't even really play that much. And he's such a phenomenal player, and I think alongside Steph Curry, like that's a match made in heaven. Draymond Green is still able to give you some defensive juices. Al Horford, as old as he's about to turn 40, he was giving you lightning in a bottle right there with the nine threes or not 9-0 run or whatever. But there's like this is not something you could expect. And Jimmy Butler is aging more now, and he also is coming off of an injury that was ended his season. Like, how am I expecting that next year the Warriors are going to go into it and Jimmy Butler and Kristaps Porzingis and Draymond Green are going to be better than they were this year? They had their best chance this year, and now I really don't think that, like, if they had a fully healthy season this year, I'm no doubt in my mind. I think the Warriors could have been a top five seed this season. I think they could have easily had a spot in the playoffs, and I think they could have actually done something. They could have been above the Rockets, I feel like, but that's just not realistic. I like, and now they have like a decent chance of getting a good lottery pick, and I hope for the love of the Warriors franchise that you do hit on that pick because now it's too late to trade those picks, in my opinion. A lot of people are like, we should still throw the kitchen sink and go get something to pair alongside Steph Curry. I don't think like that because now it's too late. I think that's something you should have done years ago when you're about to draft Jonathan Kuminga, when you're about to draft James Wiseman, or any of those, all the other past picks. You had such an opportunity to draft those players, draft or trade the pick. There was like a trade that was in the works for Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam alongside Steph Curry would be great. They would be way more just like a problem right now because Pascal Siakam will most likely still be there, and he's still a fantastic player himself. He was literally in the finals last year, and Jonathan Kuminga didn't really turn out to be much because it's very difficult to compete and develop talent at the same time because you're trying to win, and a lot of these rookies can't get over their humps of like just challenges that they need to learn with, and the Warriors franchise just never learned from that, and they also just didn't draft well. They drafted Jonathan Kuminga. He was not good. Jonathan Kuminga has not been great at the start of his year. He doesn't really play team basketball. He plays his own basketball. He wants to go get his own stuff. He wants to do his stuff, but he doesn't really fit with what the Warriors are doing. And James Wiseman is literally non-existent. We don't hear anything from him. We don't hear anything from him. So it's just like I'm looking at the Warriors franchise. These are really good, these picks, even though they didn't hit for you in the moment, like people wanted those, and you were already like a team that's trying to compete. You don't need to develop this young talent. You should have traded it and paired it alongside Steph Curry, and you could have got all stars alongside him. But he's literally been struggling with Clay Thompson that's been depleting over the years, and then he finally got, he moves on. Draymond Green, who was no longer even like a good offensive player. When Draymond Green takes a 3-point shot, I close my eyes and I sit there like this, and because the worst thing that could happen is Draymond Green hitting a 3-point shot because then he's going to take another one and another one and another one and another one. And that's just a recipe for disaster. Defensively, he's still great. I think he should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year over Evan Mobley. I think his campaign really moved me. But regression. Draymond Green is regressing. There's been deep regression from last year. He's probably not even going to make an all defensive team this year. And he's still a fantastic defender and a fantastic player overall. But I'm the Warriors next year. I'm down on them. I don't know what I like. They could probably be decent and be in the same position that they were in this year, where they make the play in and they could come into the eighth seed. Maybe they make it out of the play in next year. But at this point, I don't see Steph Curry ever competing for a championship again in his career, unless if he moves on, which is also something I don't want to see. Seeing Steph in anything other than a Warriors jersey is just going to be weird to me. I don't think I would be able to like imagine Steph Curry in a Pistons jersey. What are we doing? Like that doesn't compute in my head. I just like it's just so frustrating. And props to the Suns because the Suns did deserve to win over them. They were the seventh seed. The Warriors were 10th seed. The Suns almost won 10 more games than the Warriors, I believe. And they've been good all year long. This is a great season for them. Bounce back after KD left. Dylan Brooks, Dylan DeVillin, a lot of athletes swarming, causing a lot of turnovers. They rightfully deserved to win that game. It was no BS. Like they won that game and it was deserved. Steph Curry is just like a sad way to see him go, especially after that playing game that he had where he was lighting up the Clippers and the Clippers arena. They were chanting Warriors, 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 Warriors. And it's like, wow, this guy changed generations of basketball players. And this is how it's looking like he's going to go out. And it's incredibly disappointing to watch and see. And at this point, I think it's too late to try to move your picks to try to get something alongside Steph. I think at this point, unless they can get Giannis this offseason, which I don't know how real that is. I don't even think Giannis is leaving Milwaukee to be honest. But unless they can get Giannis this offseason, I really am not seeing a world where Steph Curry is going to be competing anytime soon. And I don't think they should trade their picks because I think you should try to hit on your picks because your future is pretty messed up. I think you really need to keep those post Steph Curry picks because I don't think the current Steph Curry is able to do that, especially since like this is just like I think this was their one shot. This one season was their one shot. Now the season's over. They had such awful luck. Jimmy Butler goes down. Steph Curry was down most of the season. Draymond Green is doing whatever. Kristaps Porzingis is down for the whole season. Literally, the second half of the season, we were watching Draymond Green as the best player. You know when you go on like league pass or nationally televised games and you look and they show you the photos of the matchups head to head, and they show you like, oh, LeBron James and Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you went to go click on the Warriors games, it was like Draymond Green versus Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green versus Giannis, well not Giannis, Draymond Green versus Victor Wembanyama. Like, why are we at this point? Don't put anyone's face up there. Draymond Green, I love Draymond Green, underrated defender, and well, underrated defender in today's world. But a lot of people don't remember that he was the best defender in the world, and it's kind of strange that he only has one Defensive Player of the Year. I think he deserved a lot more than that, and no doubt a Hall of Famer. But let's be real, man. Draymond Green is not doing anything for the Warriors nowadays, and it's so sad to see. And I'm really gonna miss Steph Curry. I think just seeing he's when he gets hot and he's putting on a show, it's something amazing. But hey, they could jump up and get the number one pick and Steph Curry alongside AJ DeBonsta next year. Wow, that would be fun to watch. And AJ DeBonsta is probably one of the best scoring rookies. If I'm gonna guess that he's gonna be one of the best scoring rookies that we've ever seen. So I think it would be really cool to see him paired alongside Steph Curry, and that could help develop his shot. That's the one thing that about AJ Bonsa scoring that is a little bit iffy, his 3-point shooting. So I would love to see that. And you know what? Fire everybody on the Warriors staff.